On the morning of the 24th in Zambia local time, Pastor Ock Soo Park and his party attended the completion ceremony of the recently completed IYF Youth Center in Chilanga, Zambia. Education Minister Douglas Shakalima, who arrived at the site an hour before the completion ceremony, met Pastor Ock Soo Park. After the meeting between President Chilima and Pastor Park, their meeting was prepared to discuss the introduction of mind education more quickly, according to the President's instructions. According to the President's will, the Minister of Education actively wants to utilize mind education and said that it would spare no investment in youth. Pastor Ock Soo Park will also do his best to nurture the teachers and students and promised a more detailed discussion in the future.
So that we start afresh. But we cannot do that. We can only do that to the next generation. So that as we depart ourselves, we know that behind we left a thinking generation, a creative generation.
Well, the meeting with the President yesterday, as we met the founder, I think it was a tremendous meeting. The concept was explained, although it dovetails with what the President has always been talking about, that we invest in our people, just like South Korea invested in their people. Today, they are in the first world. So as the concept is being brought here of mindset, we call it cognitive mindset. So I think it fits in with the thinking of the President. If you heard yesterday, he was very attentive. He said a few words, but they were packed to denote or resonate with what the founder actually was talking about.
Vice President Mutale Nalumango, who attended on behalf of the President, also visited the site and first met Pastor Ock Soo Park.
I am happy to be here this morning on behalf of the President to be part of opening of this great institution. I'm sure it's the beginning of great things to come for Zambia. I depend on the word of the Lord to bring transformation, and that is wonderful. It's a pleasure. We are glad that we are here today to witness this momentous time in the history of our nation. Thank you, sir.
The completion ceremony was attended by the Vice President, Youth Ministers and Vice Ministers, Education Minister, Provincial Government Minister Lusaka, and Zambian Ambassador to Korea Wilbur C. As a result, the enthusiasm of the local media for coverage was also high. A total of 3,000 visitors, including general visitors, filled the inside and outside of the center, showing their interest. In 2016, the Zambian Ministry of Youth and Sports and the IYF signed an MOU. As a result, the 44-acre land for the Youth Center in Chilanga was donated for 99 years, and construction of the center began in earnest with a groundbreaking ceremony in March. As construction progressed over the past 5 years, it continued with the operation of the Bethel School of Architecture, which teaches students building techniques. Recently, it was completed as a 4-story building of 0.32 acres each. In the report on the activity plan, IYF Zambia branch manager Sung Yun Yu said that in the future, the Chilanga Youth Center will be used for various purposes such as Mind Education Center, a seminary, and a technical school. The provincial government, Minister Lusaka, and the Minister of Education also viewed the Chilanga Youth Center as a base of education and change for future Zambian youths. They expected future talents to learn and grow with a healthy mind and leadership qualities.
To be positive and patriotic citizens.
Zambia's Vice President Mutale Nalumango also delivered a congratulatory speech, hoping that Zambia's youth will change their minds and talented people will be nurtured here.
We are proud to be part of this Bethel Youth Resource Center. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening of this Youth Resource Center is timely, given the importance attached to skills training in improving the livelihoods of the youth by our government. I therefore urge our youth to take full advantage of the opportunity provided by the Youth Resource Centers to better their lives. I further appeal to the local leadership to consider sponsoring some vulnerable youths to be trained at this center through the constituents Development Fund.
There was also a performance by the Gracias Choir which added vitality to the atmosphere of the completion ceremony. Pastor Ock Soo Park shared the background of the youth activity on that day, emphasizing that young people can receive God's power and wisdom when their hearts are connected with God and the gospel message that is the foundation.
You are righteous, but I committed theft. I lied. I committed sins. I know, but those sins were all washed at the cross. You are justified. That is my judgment to you. Don't believe your own thoughts. Believe the word of God. If God says you are justified, you are righteous.
When the event was over, participants toured the Chilanga Center and looked forward to the new future and changes for Zambian teenagers here in the future.
So this youth center, and even in line with our president, because our president wants to invest in the youth, invest in education, invest in people around, so that they become very productive. So this center, I can tell you, is very, very, very important. And personally, even as ambassador, traveling all the way, it is because I've seen that. And we are thankful to the founder of IYF, Reverend Ock Soo Park, and the whole team who have actually made this possible, and very, very well organized, very good organization, which shows again the excellence. You know, IYF is attaching to this, and the excellence that will be transferred now to our youth. So this is very good, and I can assure of 120% support for what is happening.
The Zambian Chilanga IYF Youth Center will bring new changes and opportunities to the lives of Zambian youth in the future. Here we look forward to the Zambian youth who will grow up to be the best youth in the world and lead the future. This is Good News TV, Angel Jewel Vanguardia.